Welcome to the tip of the week. Today we'll discuss creating deformable objects. In Create, we provide a collection of deformable objects that you can use in your projects. These deformable objects are created using a third-party application. In this example, we are using 3D Studio Max for the creation and setup. To control the deformation, we use an object modifier called Skin. This modifier links an object's geometry, in this case the vertices, to another object's transform to help control the deformation. We will refer to the linked objects here as helpers. These helpers can be just about any other object in 3D Studio Max, so long as it has a transform, move, rotate, and scale. When the transform of a helper changes, the linked geometry will deform in relation to it. Each vertex in a skin mesh has a weight value of 0 to 1. Weight determines how much the vertex will follow each helper object. This value must add up to 1 and will be split between multiple helpers if more than one is assigned to control a vertex. For example, when a vertex has two helpers, if helper 1 has a weight of 0.75, 75%, then helper 2 will automatically have a weight of 0.25, or 25%, resulting in a value of 1 when added together. As you can see, the deformation gets blended between the assigned helpers as they move, rotate, or scale. There are many ways to spread the weight of the helpers across the object's vertices within 3D Studio Max by using automatic weight solvers, 3D painting, or manual assignment of helpers and weights. Depending on the deforming requirements, clever planning must be made on how best to set up your object to be deformed. Each 3D application that is capable of creating deformable objects may have a slightly different set of tools and processes to achieve similar results, but they all use the underlying idea of linking an object's vertices to another object through a weighted system. For example, in Blender 3D, one can use an armature object and bones with weighted vertices. In Cinema 4D, one can use a skin object with bone-weighted vertices. Once you are satisfied with your deformable object, you can export the collection from 3D Studio Max into the Autodesk FBX format. When exporting, you will need to include the animation and deformations categories. To include animation, the baked animation category should also be enabled. In Create, we only need to drag this FBX into the asset library to use it in a project. Once in the library, we can add it to the project by dragging it to the scene view or the step hierarchy. If we want to use animation that was exported with the FBX, we can add the top object from the FBX into the timeline and add the animation time bar to it. It's important to note a deformable asset can be added to another object's hierarchy structure or have other assets added into its hierarchy. However, the original objects and structure must be retained. Deformables can help an author achieve more flexible animations in Create. Feel free to share your setup in the comments. Thanks, and that's your tip of the week.